All right, now, for those who look at the previous video, we walked through the unboxing. Again, I'm a low vision, so this was literally done as I could, and it turns out there was a few mistakes. The first one, as I mentioned in the note for the previous video, I did mention that there was three sets of tips for the headphone. There is actually four. The fourth one is the fourth pair of tips are actually pre-installed in the box, containing the earbuds. So you have four sizes for your ears, from the extra small, that's an additional thing that Apple didn't get in the past, to the extra large. That is actually installed in the box when you receive it, in the earbud container when you receive it, or case. The other mistake I made was that the connection that is, or the cable that is given by Apple to you when you order the headphone is USB-C to lighting and not USB-A to lighting. Like I said, not a big deal, but if you had a wall charger, and most of us had will have a wall charger that is USB-A to whatever you want, it's a little bit harder to find a USB-C wall charger these days. They're becoming more and more common, but that's not as widespread as the regular USB-A wall charger. And since Apple doesn't provide any charger in the box, you might have to buy one from them or from another supplier on Amazon. All right, that video is the first part of a deep dive review on the actual AirPod Pro themselves. No more unboxing. We're going to in that part talk about charging, but we're going to focus on accessibility only. I'm sure there's other videos that will probably have the same thing, but I think for people like us with low vision, people who are blind, it's actually pretty interesting to figure out how this thing works just by the touch. And there's a lot of design that people with good eyesight would miss, that we will not, and there's probably some complaint that people like us will have compared to people that have good eyesight, and maybe those complaints will be taken care of by Apple on the third edition. But anyway, so this is the box, the actual container or case that has the two headphone inside. Just as a comparison, I have in my hand here, and I put it right next to it on the right, the original AirPod Pro 1. They look very similar. Apparently one is a little bit heavier than the first one. The second one is a little bit heavier than the first one. It doesn't feel like it. It looks like it's, from what I can feel, the weight is a little bit more spreaded evenly throughout the entire case compared to the original case. It sounds like the weight is a little bit more in the center of that, so I'm not entirely sure if it's, this is just a feeling anyway. So this is what it looks like. They look identical. There's very little difference. I just checked online. The AirPod Pro 2 case is less than 2 grams heavier than the original one. So there's not going to be any difference if you have two of them. I'm not entirely sure you'll be able to distinguish one from the other, except of course from the lanyard attachment on the AirPod Pro 2. There is a little, I can feel it with my hand, a little, I would say a hook on the right side of the case when the opening face you, where you can actually maybe put a lanyard or lucky charm or anything like that. I don't know exactly what you want to do with that, but I can only imagine that this is to carry around, I don't know, your wrist or anything like that, so you're not going to lose it or anything like that. This is something that doesn't exist with the original AirPod Pro 1 case. So if you like that, like me, you have two of them, this is probably a good way for people with low eyesight to figure out which one is the two compared with which one is the one, because beside that, it's pretty much the same feeling from inside out. I'm going to put the
1713.
Oops,
Horizon.
sorry. I'm going to put the first one, the AirPod Pro 1 case away and focus on the AirPod 2, AirPod Pro 2. and we're going to focus this time exclusively on the charging and how it works for and how it is accessible for people like us with low vision. That's why there's a little bit of a bunch of cable around here, and I wanted to test a few things. You'll feel with your hand at the bottom of the case there is an opening that allows you for direct charging of the case using well, a lightning connector. I can feel that one. So one of the cable I have here, I'm hoping I have the right one here. It's going to take a little while to figure out which one is which. Hold on with me. All right, well, I guess this is going to happen. Oh, there you go. This is USB-C. USB lightning. So this is the lightning cable that I talked about on the previous video of the unboxing, and I connected it to the USB-C connector in the back of my MacBook, Mac Mini on my table. So when you connect it to the actual case, it is supposed to have a chime that tells you that it is connected. So let's figure this out. There you go. I can do it closer, maybe you didn't hear it. Okay, it worked one time. Maybe I need to... Okay. Ah, there you go. So that is something new compared with the original case. The original case got some kind of LED in there that for us would be pretty useless. That would tell you the charge, or if it is connected, or you need to be charged, or anything like that. For the new case, it actually tells you when it is connected, when it's charging, or things like that. So this, on the accessibility standpoint, that's already a pretty big plus for the version 2 of the AirPod Pro compared to the version 1. But there are other tricks. Apparently, Apple said that it is MagSafe compatible, which means that if you use a MagSafe charger, which I have here, it's a wireless MagSafe charger, you'll be able to, there you go, you could hear the beep. There is a magnet in the back of the case of your AirPod Pro 2 that would connect directly using the magnet that is incorporated in the surface of my wireless charger, which means that when you get in there, there is a location that allows you to put your AirPod case, there you go, securely, and then the chime tells you that it is actually charging. It's actually put in it, and then when you shake the wireless MagSafe charger, the case does not move, so there's no dropping or anything like that. It's actually put in it, and that's interesting if you are traveling. There's one less cable to carry around. You just have to think about charging your wireless charger, and then it works for both for your phone and for your carrying case for your AirPod Pro 2. It is supposed to work also on the Apple Watch charger, and I have it here. If you can put the camera closer, because that one, the cable is always very short for... there you go. I'm trying to see where I put it. For the AirPod, and there you go. There you go. So this is a traditional plug, the plug for the Apple Watch. It has a little, there's a little curved side that you can feel your finger that tells you what is the side that charge, and you're supposed to put the watch right there on top, and it charges automatically with by wireless connection. Let's see if it works with the carrying case, and it does. Not only it does, but on top of that, it's secured with the magnet in the back of the case. It's secured with the plug from the Apple Watch connector with the magnet that exists within the connector, the wireless charger also. So it's actually pretty neat, and it seems to be very responsive. It also works for regular charger, the Qi charger that you may have if you have other charger, like if you have an Android device that you want to charge or anything like that. So those regular one, we just put your instrument on top of the surface of your Qi charger without the magnet that Apple decided would be more useful. It would work for that too. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways to charge your carrying case and your AirPod Pro. At the opposite of the case, the case for the AirPod Pro 1, where you have 2, which was the wireless charger, the regular Qi charger. It was not MagSafe compatible, and the original one had also the Lightning connection at the bottom of the case. So from the accessibility standing, the charging is actually pretty good. You can probably save yourself a few cable if you're in a trip, maybe an overnight stay or anything like that. And the sound coming from the little microphone that exists on the new version of the AirPod Pro actually is pretty helpful for people with low vision. That's it, and I'm pretty sure we've spent enough time on charging. The next video will look for the setup, which is supposed to be very straightforward, very simple. So it's going to be a short video later on.